Are you staying cool during this extreme heat? Is your air conditioner doing the job? But now you may be worried about the bill to come. Well, many people are looking to keep temperatures and electric costs low. So what can we do to stay cool and save? I'm joined now by Tom East, Residential HVAC Manager for J.E. Shekel. Tom, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We certainly appreciate you being here. You know, the number1 complaint that we get is the air conditioner is running, but the house isn't cooling down.
Yeah.
What's the problem there? What would you tell folks?
Yeah, so we design heating and air conditioning for 98% of the actual temperature that we see, and it's when we get that super high temperature like we have right now, that 2%, it really puts a strain on the air conditioning system. But there is some things that the homeowners can do. Number one and foremost is making sure that they're maintaining their system. They have to. I absolutely have their HVAC contractor come out a couple of times a year and maintain their system for maximum efficiency. That's really number one. Any type of debris or anything that's inside of that condensing coil outside puts that much more stress on the system. And obviously at that point it's using more electricity and it's not taking the moisture out of the home.
Right,
so.
Right. What about that temperature to set your system at? You know,
Yeah.
a lot of folks right now, what's the best place to put it?
Yeah, great question. So it varies between night and day. If you're not home during the day, there's no reason to be running the cooling if nobody's home at that high or low a temperature. I would recommend about 76, 77 in the daytime. And then at night you can pull it down, and what happens if you do that, number one, you sleep better, right? Number two, it gives it kind of a jump on the day.
Okay. All right, so you can fluctuate it between
Absolutely.
night and day. And like what, after the sun goes down, when the air starts cooling is when you can start bringing it down a little bit?
Yes, ma'am. It's usually about 8 o'clock. The other thing, too, is making sure, like, if you have rooms that you're not using, shut them off.
Oh, good.
That's so critical.
Close the door, I would assume, too.
Absolutely.
And just
shut the door and don't use that room. And don't turn the fan on in that room either. If there's a ceiling fan, but in the areas that you're living in, absolutely turn that ceiling fan on and use it. There's other things you can do as well as like not running the dryer cycle on the dishwasher.
Other appliances that can create heat.
Exactly.
Okay.
And unplug those things as far as like little simple things like your battery charger for your phone. You know, that puts off a lot of heat. If you have a television you're not using, turn it off.
Now, does that really add up and make that much difference?
It does. It absolutely does. All you have to do is walk up there and put your hand close to it. You can feel that heat off of it. And it's just putting more heat into the air, which the air conditioner has to work twice as hard.
Yeah, and exactly what we don't want to do right now.
And then for its clothes dryer, you know, that I'd hang them outside this kind of weather. It won't take long.
I like that, wouldn't
so
it?
Just get them undone.
And the dishwasher, things like that, that all creates heat, you're right.
Yes, ma'am.
What about, I hear that people should close shades during the day when the sun, don't let the sun hit directly in your home.
Anything that the sun hits is going to heat up. So anything that you can do, whether it's sun shading, whether it's, you know, closing the blind, anything like that would absolutely help in this type of severe weather. Yeah. This is no weather to mess with.
That's right. What about the unit outside? What can we do to maintain that unit? I know we should call over for service and get it checked annually, but what can the homeowner do to keep that in top form?
Yeah, so first and foremost is making sure that just do a visual check on it. If it looks dirty, it is dirty. And what happens is it actually, they have a process where if it's dirty on the outside, it's dirty on the inside. And that's the type of coil that it is. That is number one. Just visually look at it. If you walk up and you put your hand on top where the air is actually circulating, blowing up, when you put your hand on top of that, it's typically the same temperature as the outside. And it's taking the temperature out of your house, but when it gets to that place, that's the same temperature. Okay. If that is hotter than what it normally would feel like, that condenser is dirty and it needs to be cleaned.
Okay, then can the homeowner do it or do you need to call?
No, I don't recommend that.
Okay.
This is where your professional contractor comes in. There's things that they can do. You know, we give them a bath. We call it giving them a bath. At Shekel, we take a lot of pride in that. And we take that thing all apart. We clean it from the inside out and the outside in to make sure there's no debris. That coil is thick. And so dirt hides in the deepest places. And anything that's close to where that coil and the copper meets is not efficient. And that's the little part that really plays havoc with an air conditioner this time of year.
Okay, well, we appreciate you coming in and helping us with some of these ideas. Give us an idea, if we did have to call you today, how long of a wait would we have? Because I know you are really busy.
Yeah, so another great question. We have 54 technicians.
Yeah.
So we can handle the work.
Okay.
Yeah, we're here to serve. And we're
But you guys are running right now,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
we're running really hard right now, but that's okay.
Okay.
We are here to serve.
All right, Tom East, the HVAC representative for J.E. Shekel, thanks so much for helping us out today. We appreciate you being here.